Good evening. Welcome to Soundtracks with Birdman. Tonight, Arnold Month continues. Age Boomer is in the house with me, and special guest Netter from Netter's Network. How are you, Miss Netter?
I'm doing good. Still have no voice, so I sound like a mouse, but I'm feeling much better than I had been.
Well, I appreciate you making the effort to join us tonight because you were actually a part of this film.
Yes, very briefly, but yes, I am a part of the film.
Well, be
Well, that's
excited. You might
exciting.
you might have some inside information that we don't know. I'm kind of curious. So, definitely.
Well, there's
It-
not really a lot to tell about it, but yeah, if you want me to tell the story, just let me know when you want me to tell the story on
Sure,
that,
sure,
and I'm happy to give the little bit that I know about it in here.
sure.
I actually haven't seen the movie since it came out, so it's like I don't remember a lot about it except for I remember it being a cop film, and Schwarzenegger and Belushi are in it, and Peter Boyle, and yeah, it's like I had a scene with Peter Boyle, so it's like, yeah, let me know when you want me to talk about that, and
That's cool.
I'll tell a little story about that.
Well, I saw on the internet that Arnold got $8 million for this film. I'm guessing they paid you $9?
I got a whole $50 as an extra.
$50. Okay.
Yeah,
Did you
all
get
extras got paid $50.
Did you get
Okay.
to visit the catering table?
No, there wasn't a catering table.
Boo!
But I did get to watch the Chicago White Sox play a full game,
Oh, that's neat.
come up from behind because they were losing at the first. And the other team was like 5 runs ahead. They came up from losing and so I think they ended up with the final score of them being like 14 runs to like 6 or something. So they won the game. We got to see this nice little fireworks display at the end because, in Chicago we do it right. And then and then, after that, hey, I got to be in a movie.
Cool.
Sort of.
Hey, no,
There's
it's
a
more than
caveat
I've
there.
been
Sort of in a movie.
in. And you didn't introduce me, Birdman.
I said Boomer's in the house as always. How are
All
you?
right, maybe you did. I
And,
don't know.
and see, you have to forget Boomer. He is now a year older than he was since the last show.
Leave me
Woohoo!
alone. Leave me
Happy,
alone
happy.
about this sad
His
birthday.
memory is not as good as it was just a week
It
ago.
is not as good as it was a week ago. It's just getting worse. I'm going to be drooling out of my mouth soon enough. It's
Hey, I'm
sad.
still older than all y'all, so
All right, it's fine. Anyways,
Beauty is timeless, though, Netter.
yes. Well,
Boomer is just aged.
whatever. I'm fine. Anyway, I'm excited about tonight's movie, Red Heat, and I would say this is a fair Arnold movie. It's not the it's not the creme de la creme, but it's not bad. It's got Jim Belushi in it. Come on, we love him, and it's a good movie. I think Walter Hill directed this
He
actually.
did.
Yes, he great Hollywood director. He directed some favorites of mine like The Warriors and
48
Streets of Fire. He did that one. In fact, I actually got a Walter. Actually, one of my other presents was I got a Walter Hill movie for my birthday. It was a recent release, Extreme Prejudice.
cool.
Jerry Goldsmith did that film score.
Yeah, he did. And the funny thing about that movie is it has like every. I don't want to say it's like a manly man movie, but I look at all the actors like Michael Ironside is in it, as well as Powers Booth and William Forsythe, and it's like all these character actors that are known as playing very scary men and other things. They're all in this movie together, and so I'm kind of excited to watch that at some point. And I think Nick Nolte's in the lead as a sheriff in Texas, so I'm kind of curious about that. But yeah, so tonight's movie's Red Heat. Did you guys? You said you hadn't seen this since you saw it in the theater, huh? Is that right?
Yeah,
I
it's like
yeah.
for me, it's like of course, I had to go see it in the theater because I was sort of in it. So I saw it in the theater when it came out, and I'm like glued to the screen, waiting for my scene to come up. And I mean, do you want me to tell you about that, or do you want me to wait until later to tell you about
Wait
that?
till we get more till the
Okay.
midpoint. I think. Yeah, we'll get there. Then
Okay, cool.
actually, it's not my stream. It's Birdman's stream. What do you want to do, Bird?
We can start the film and get into the
Okay.
story. Yeah.
There you go. And
We
then
got Big Al with us tonight, and David
Deep Headset.
Pinzak's in the house. Hello, good sir. How are you? And I just want to remind everyone, Saturday night, I have the 100 virtual tickets for the Houston Symphony John Williams concert. If you would like to view it, I need your email address so I can send you the link on Friday. The link is good for while the concert is being shown, so that's the caveat. You have to watch it as it's being live.
Right.
So
cool.
Let me know.
And they can private message you over YouTube, right? I think they can do that or something like that.
I don't think we can do that anymore. Leave me a comment in the comments, and I will get up with you.
All right, cool.
So make sure you have my email address. And yes, happy Star Wars Day.
Oh, I had no idea. So happy Star Wars Day.
And
It's
Back to
always
Future
Star
Part
Wars
3
Day.
Day as well. Back
What?
to Future Part 3 was released this day back.
Oh, that's right. I saw that when it came out.
I
remember.
remember.
I can't do anything.
That was-
it's like a shout out.
That was a neat summer.
It
I
says,
remember
when
that.
flipped, it looks like
Yeah.
this. Yes,
That-
I know that.
that
I
was-
want to make that
Well,
happen.
If y'all are ready to dive into this film, I am ready.
Absolutely. I got it called up. Just tell me when to start.
Okay, now just for those in the chat,
Sure.
I think we are starting at the 43-second mark. Unfortunately, our versions have different preambles, so we're at the 43-second mark where it says Mario Kassar and Andrew Yajna present. So on my version, it's right after the Carolcolo
Boomer
signal
says that
comes
name
on.
different for me, but we're all good.
I don't know. I'm just.
But I would pronounce it the same way, Vajna.
I skipped a I skipped a vowel, so leave me alone. Anyway, where'd he go? Okay.
And
He's
it's
probably
just,
making the wolf pack settle down.
All right.
All right, you all set?
Yes.
oh, I have to
Okay.
go
Y'all ready?
here.
All right, I'm ready.
All right.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Press the play button.
And then
Okay.
I can use one of these.
Okay.
to
So,
move
Carolcolo, maker of many fine 80s movies. I think they were behind the Terminator movies, right?
I mean, there are no canon films. I mean,
They were originally, I remember back in the day that James Cameron was desperate to get a Spider-Man movie made. He wanted to
He
do a
was.
Spider-Man movie,
exactly.
and he wanted
That's really
Carolcolo
what I
to
wanted.
produce it, but they just couldn't get the rights.
Run out of cards.
Could you imagine though, Arnold as Spider-Man? Huh? You think?
No.
After I lose and we play another.
Maybe Eddie Brock. I don't know about Spider-Man.
Big Al's asking if Troy's yelling at someone in the background.
And yeah, it's like it's Troy's game night. He's a few feet away from me, so he's actually being really quiet, or he's trying to be quiet.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to mute me until it's time for me to talk.
Okay, but yeah, if you unmute yourself and interject whenever you want, though, Netter, it's
Okay,
fine.
no problem.
Okay. But anyway, it's funny because before the stream, actually, I wanted to comment to Netter. I'm like, are we watching the correct red heat here? Ha 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 ha. I'm kidding. 'Cause there's some naked ladies in the pool. I'm assuming this is some sort of spa and guys are working out, so. I guess
Yeah.
maybe in this part of the world they're just not as they're not as modest as we are, I guess. And just
This could almost be like a Terminator movie right here. I mean, like, give me your clothes and your motorcycle.
well, that's the thing, you see Arnold and you're supposed to, just shrink out of intimidation of his force.
Oh, Big Al's getting sassy with his comments now.
Hey, I didn't say it. She's not an extra in this scene. Netter, you want to chime in? Oh.
And is everyone in Russia just like a bodybuilder?
I'm assuming. Well, they have to work in the mines and lift things, whether they're doing anything or not. Here we go. So here's the. I was watching a bit of this before the thing starts. Look at this. He's looking at his hands. You can tell a lot about a man by his hands, right? This is not a foundry worker's hand. If you work with steel, you should be used to the heat. Oh, you like that, Birdman?
It hurts my hand. I got my fingers burned real good by cooking some mashed potatoes last week.
Knocks the guy right out of the building. Oh.
That just looks cold to me. David says they come off the assembly line that way. Okay, that's one way to do it.
Oh. Anyway, though, look at that. Boom, 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 boom. What Rasta? Victor Rasta.
Okay, so right here, this is like James Horner doing like a ripoff of Sergei I can't say the last name, Profikovic's Chatalapa. It was written for the 20th anniversary of the October Revolution. And he uses it for the opening and the closing credits, basically. But the piece, interesting enough, it did not find favor with the people he wrote it for. And it did not get a public performance until, like, I think 1966.
What?
Yeah. They said he messed, they weren't happy with it. Something about he destroyed Russian folk music or something. That, I don't know, powers that be weren't happy with it. So it never got played until the 1960s. But Horner apparently liked it enough to like rip it off for the opening and closing credits.
Okay.
I think it would have been interesting if it just had been like the backbone of the film score, though.
You like this marching, huh?
I love those coats. I want one of those.
I kind of dig the Russian, the Soviet uniforms there. I'm sorry.
They are pretty
That
sharp.
would be very warm.
Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. It's funny because I was watching Goldeneye a little while back, the Bond movie, and in that he fights Bond fights some Soviets in the beginning, and they're wearing those same uniforms. So I guess it was a common uniform over there.
Yeah, they don't change those up too often.
Yeah. So
doesn't Arnold beat up Seven a whole lot of times in movies?
I don't know. I guess so. Well, in fact, wasn't he in
Conan?
Yeah, wasn't he? Was he in Running Man as well? I think I think he was in Running Man, and I think the guy we played in Running Man was the security guard. When Richard Dawson says, "What, do steroids make you deaf?" and they you know.
Oh yeah, that's right. I guess steroids do make me deaf.
No, he was an angry at him. He's like, go do what you want with him. He doesn't even bother fighting Arnold at the end because you're thinking Arnold's gonna fight this guy. He's no, I'm done. No, you go take care of him. It's like I'm just So what do we think, huh? It's kind of odd. This is the '80s, height of the Cold War, and we're seeing things from our great enemy's perspective, huh? But I guess they have to deal with the drugs too, right?
Yeah.
I actually have to cut Arnold some slack. He's doing some pretty good Russian speaking here. Not that I speak Russian, so how would I know? But it convinces me.
Hello, Retro Reels. How are you?
Do you like this movie, Retro Reels? Ready?
Yeah, I'm curious. Do you got this on LP? I bet $1 you do have this on LP.
Oh my goodness. I'm hearing thundering behind me.
It started raining here, but I know we're probably like 800 miles apart.
We're getting bad storms now, and it's early for the rainy season. I don't know what's going on here. We're not even in July yet, and we're already getting these storms.
You do not have this on LP. Okay, well.
I have a question, Birdman. What is the definitive version of the score of this?
There is no definitive version of the score. There's the original release. It's like 44 minutes, and that's it.
Is La La Land going to get on this and maybe put
I was thinking that they had done an extended release, but it's not been done. So
this is James Horner.
I know. I honestly thought there was one out there, but there's not. So.
I I'm telling you though, I hesitate to say what my favorite Horner score is, but it might be. I'm very fond of Battle Beyond the Stars, which is I think one of his early scores. Yeah. Didn't get this one on LP yet. Now I'm sorry. These guys are going to try picking a fight with Arnold, right? I remember being a kid in the '80s, and it wasn't like other decades. Like your action stars were these huge, intimidating men that would, they look like they could snap you in two. It was.
Now, according to this, these people are in Georgia, or they're from Georgia, but they don't look like they're from Georgia.
Yeah, they look like they're from Georgia to me.
They don't talk like someone from Georgia.
It's the Ukraine and Georgia and the Ukraine.
Oh.
Okay.
Just like Ilya Kuryakin from The Man from U.N.C.L.E. He studied at University of Georgia in the Ukraine.
Interesting. Just like Xenia Onatop in Goldeneye. She was from. She had a Georgian accent. He's the Terminator. Look at this. What's he going to do to this guy? Oh! I mean, you thought he ripped his leg off. Huh? Well, I guess he did, in a manner of speaking. He's got a wooden leg. Look at that. Cocaine.
All right, now this gun that he's using to just hit that guy in the face with is a made up gun. It's not real, but it's a modified Desert Eagle Mark I and 357 Magnum.
Really?
They wanted something that looked big and Russian for Arnold to have, and they made this for him.
Well, it's the movies. You're supposed to not notice the little things like that.
They're aiming about as good as stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if you listen to the score right here, this could have been the thesis statement for Patriot Games from Horner. It's like he took this and made an entire film score out of it.
He had a habit of doing that, didn't he?
He does.
I like James Horner, but yeah,
I do too. I'm not knocking the man, but I swear to God,
there's repetition in his scores.
He took this and he made Patriot Games.
Yeah. I mean, I do love my Star Trek II soundtrack, which I know is not the super version they've released or are releasing, but it's good enough for me. I paid some money for it. So,
Boomer, do you have this on 4K?
No, I have an old DVD of this. This is available in 4K. I haven't collected that many 4K. I don't really have many 4K DVDs because I don't have a 4K television. But now I'm debating that maybe this is something I need to be thinking about for the future. Maybe future purchases, I may want to start considering the 4K version. I don't know. Because who knows? I'll probably end up stuck with a 4K TV eventually. When 8K TVs become the standard, then I'll be stuck with a 4K TV,
Retro, how amazing does this look in 4K?
I don't know. I'm kind of curious if they're going to release the older Bond movies in 4K. That might be my first big purchase in 4K if that happens, because the Bond movies were one of my earliest purchases on DVD, and then I got the Blu-ray set, and now if there's a 4K set, who knows? Maybe I'll move on someday. We'll see.
You killed my partner. Prepare to die.
Yeah, pretty much. That's. I mean, that's.
Well, Retro says the snow scenes at the beginning look great in 4K.
Cool.
And Retro makes a point. This sounds similar to Commando as well. Yeah, like Horner seems to go through periods where a lot of things just kind of get improved and repeated. And like 48 Hours, Name of the Rose, another 48 Hours, Commando, Thunderheart, and then Red Heat are kind of lumped into his electronic phase for James Horner.
Gotcha.
What? Daniel Craig box set announced today in 4K?
Yeah, I knew that was coming out. I'm thinking about the older Bonds. I don't know if they're in 4K yet, though.
No.
Tech.
Wow, 60 years for Dr. No at the end of the year.
Wow, that's a long time.
That's
So where are we now?
Chicago.
I've been to Chicago once in my entire life. It was just to see a concert.
And you escaped. You're lucky. We're still here.
Yeah, I know. I was getting all sorts of people. My family's like, oh, I don't know if you should be going up there, blah, blah.
Well, technically, I'm in the burbs, so I escaped the city because the city is crud. I would never want to live in the city again.
It looked beautiful when we were taking the taxi to the hotel, though. I mean, I'll say that.
Downtown Chicago used to be beautiful with the architecture and everything,
Yeah.
but now it's kind of ghetto fabulous.
Oh.
The current administration has just
we know-
let everything go to pot.
Yeah, we see her on the news a bit, yes.
I won't even dignify her presence by saying her name.
Yeah, I don't think so. This is interesting. He tears off half of what? $100 bill?
$100 bill.
And I'm like, what, you get the other half when the job is finished or something? I don't understand.
Yeah, that's usually how
That's
how
the
it works.
facing U.S. currency. That's against the law.
It's not a real $100 bill, Boomer.
No, I'm saying the characters in the movie.
I know that. Well,
Do you know what they say is a real problem for people making period movies now, especially on a smaller budget? Finding older $20 bills.
really?
The old school $20 bills. They are, because they just don't, they're not circulating obviously as much as they used to be. And of course you haven't
I
seen.
got a few hundred of them underneath my mattress. I mean,
Uh-oh. This would not be allowed in a modern movie. Talking about women in this fashion. Lawrence Fishburne.
David, I've never listened to Where the River Runs Black, but I will check that out.
You recognize Lawrence Fishburne there?
No, I did not. No.
Okay. He's got the glasses. You got to look
And
for
is
him.
he shorter in this movie than what he normally is?
I don't know. I thought that was Lawrence Fishburne.
It is Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay, yeah.
How can he be shorter?
I mean, every time I think he's like 6'3", 6'4", but in
Maybe
this
Jim Belushi is just that tall. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. Looks taller than some of the other guys there. Actually, maybe Jim Belushi is that tall. I didn't think about that. Okay.
Jim Belushi is 5'11".
Okay, well. So is this what we would call a buddy cop movie?
Yeah, it's a buddy cop movie.
It's where you take two cops from very different backgrounds and you stick them together to, get past their differences to stop the bad guys. That was a big thing in the 80s.
And Lawrence Fishburne is 6 feet tall even.
Okay. That's a lot of guns. That's some cocaine, looks like.
But I thought guns were illegal in Chicago, Boomer.
I'm not saying. Oh, that's a nasty.
You're kidding? This is the home of the mobsters. Everybody's got a gun here. I got two about 2 feet away from me. One's Troy's, one's mine.
I've got like four, like right over there in a drawer.
I kept thinking that was snow, but I think somebody just shot up a pillow or something. I don't know. Just even like the 80s action comedies were still more violent than most action movies today. I mean, no one's getting shot there, but that's some nasty. I mean, that's some scary scary shooting there.
I love that line though. Don't get nervous. I do this for a living.
Uh, they still have phone booths in Chicago like this?
Nope. They don't even have public phones anymore.
Huh. Yikes.
Is it safe to be in downtown Chicago?
Not anymore. It's
No?
like since the they had all the riots where the mayor did nothing. She's not my mayor because I'm not in Chicago proper. I'm in the burbs.
Gotcha.
But the mayor of Chicago did nothing. So basically, it was Chicago was overrun by bad influences who did a lot of smash and grabs, burned stores down, destroyed a lot of businesses. The mayor did nothing. And so people are saying it's not safe there. We have a attorney friend that has to go downtown every once in a while, for court, and even he was saying, yeah, he doesn't feel safe down there.
Yeah. I mean, we all saw it on the news.
I've got a friend.
Certain
He loves Chicago more than I love Boston, and he says it's like it's okay if you just go downtown and you stick to like the touristy spots. And I'm like, I don't know.
I wouldn't even do that anymore. I mean, I was born and raised in Chicago. I would not go down to Chicago unless it was like Michigan Avenue, where like the shops are. That might be a safe area now, but it's like a lot of other places, like down by State Street, which is where some other shops are, and it's pretty well known. I wouldn't go that way. I'd be too afraid of getting robbed.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Or killed.
It's we've seen the recent incidents on the news these days too, and it looks like it's out of control. It's unfortunate. So I guess this is Soviet police, right?
Yeah.
It was interesting. They on the show Millennium, it was a favorite of mine during the '90s. But there's an episode where Frank Black has to run into I guess what the Russian equivalent of like an FBI agent was, and apparently he's saying, he makes like less than he makes in a year what you would make in like a week or something. Like they said, be nice to him. Like the police over there get paid nothing. That's what it seemed like, at least on Millennium. It's like,
Oh, so something like one of those lines of, you make more in a day than he makes in a month, or something like that.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think they were just pointing that this cop must be dedicated to the Russian cop must have been actually dedicated to stopping things since he was actually doing the job. And he was obsessed with the American television show Hunter. Do you remember that cop show Hunter?
Do.
He thought all American police were like that. He was trying to act like Hunter. It was funny. What's he eating? Are those pork rinds?
I can't see the bag close enough. It looks like he's either eating popcorn or, like you said, pork rinds.
He, they sell in my grocery store in my area. They have like fancy pork rinds, like gourmet pork rinds in bags, and I'm like, it's still pork rinds.
Those could be peanuts.
Oh, could be
because
peanuts.
I got a better look at it, and those didn't look like pork rinds. They're too small. So it's either popcorn or peanuts.
Gotcha. First time in Chicago. You have a nice flight? Yes, fine. You hungry? No. Does that mean he illegally parked?
It's Chicago, and he's a cop. Of course he's illegally parked.
Oh, this is so funny though, because think about it. I mean, it's a bit awkward. You have an American detective teamed up with a Soviet detective, right? I mean, this is it's. Where'd you learn to speak English so well? Army. Okay. Oh, that's like in Chicken Kiev. We had that at my sister's wedding. Uh,
Have either of y'all been to Russia?
I have not.
Nope.
No. Would either of y'all go to Russia? I mean, not right now, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a friend who went over there who she was into cosplay and she went to a cosplay competition in Russia. They even paid for her to go, but yeah.
It's like when Baryshnikov was still dancing in Russia, I would have gone to see him because to me, he's the ultimate ballet dancer. I don't want to call him a ballerina because it just sounds kind of weird, but
Ballet dancer, that's fine.
yeah, it's like, I think he's like the ultimate ballet dancer. And I absolutely loved him in White Nights, just the way he was paired up with Gregory Hines.
Cool.
It's like, yeah, so he's my favorite ballet dancer.
I should watch that. I did. Gregor Hines. He did tap dancing, right? That was his big thing.
Oh yeah, that was his big thing.
Yeah.
I was really sad when he passed away because I have a buddy who looks just like him, and I kept saying, you should, you know, try to get together with him somehow, like send him your picture, or whatever, and let him see how you guys look like you could be twins because they looked identical. But he passed away before he had a chance to even try and contact him.
It's too bad.
Well, I have a favorite ballerina dancer too, but he's not Russian and she's not he. But
okay,
yeah, back in the day, like college days, I went to every ballet when it was in town. We had a local dance company, and they would do like wacky stuff. Well, like they did like a Nutcracker every year, but they had the Nutcracker, and then they would like throw in like contemporary pop songs into it. And there was this one ballerina girl that I had like a huge crush on, and I'd always take her flowers and give them to her after the show and say, "I think you do such a wonderful job," and that was about the extent of it. So, but her name was Jamie. I'm not going to dox her, but I remember her last name. But her first name is Jamie, and I always thought she did a very, very good job.
No, I mean I'm sure she did.
She's now a ballerina teacher in Birmingham.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Oh no. Do you like this fancy hotel he's staying at? Oh no.
I mean, I've never
That
stayed
might be the
at
other
hotel.
Right,
but-
hey, go say it.
that might be the other red heat.
Capitalism. He doesn't like. You know what? He's not necessarily wrong in that instance. With that comment.
I'm sure they have adult movies and
I don't know. I don't know what they had during the Soviet Union, but I think he
Matthew Flynn says he doesn't think he'd go to Russia because communism is a bit of a deal breaker. I can understand that. Yeah.
But I'm trying to think. Where is Prague located?
Czechoslovakia.
Okay. I had an uncle by marriage who was originally from Czechoslovakia.
Who was from Czechoslovakia?
One of my uncles. We married my
Oh,
aunt. Yeah.
okay.
All right. So is this like an odd couple? You think the two of them, huh?
I like how he tells them checkmate in 2 moves. He's like, "Yeah, I got this," and then he looks down and back at his board like, "Okay, what'd he say?"
Peter Boyle, great American actor, probably most famous for Young Frankenstein, but he's been in a lot of stuff. He was in one of the best episodes of The X-Files, Clive Bruckman's Final Repose.
Everybody loves Raymond.
Everybody Loves Raymond. That's right. He was on that. He just a delight. He was in Taxi Driver, the great Taxi Driver, where he played a character. I think is Nick. I think his Taxi Driver's nickname was the Wizard. I think. I could be wrong. I think it was the Wizard. I think that's what they nicknamed him in the movie. Stress management. You watch the fishes.
Oh, the 1980s.
Oh, it was all about stress management. Remember the 80s? They were always talking about, watching your stress. I remember growing up; it was always a thing.
Yep.
I
That and
remember.
yoga.
Yeah, yoga was big. Well, yoga, yeah, and just you had the little stress things you could buy where you would have to squeeze them. That was a thing.
Yep, the little stress balls.
Oh, I remembered on the morning zoo from New York City. We used to get it where I lived in New Jersey, and they had a character call on every so often whose name was Mr. Stress, and he worked at commodities at the World Trade Center. He always said how he had drinking, 50 cups of flaming hot coffee and smoked 16 packs of Chesterfields. It was just, and he was always screaming at them over the air, and it was just funny. I don't know. It's just,
Like the budget for this was 29 million. The box office was 35. This was 29th at the box office that year.
Is that bad?
I mean, top 10 films: Roger Rabbit, Coming to America, Good Morning,
Good Morning, Vietnam.
Good Morning, Vietnam, Big, Crocodile Dundee 2. Notice a trend here. These are like all comedies. 3 Men and a Baby, Cocktail, not a comedy, Moonstruck. That's kind of a comedy. Then Die Hard, the greatest Christmas movie ever made.
Okay.
And then Beetlejuice. That was the top 10.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Saw Beetlejuice in the theaters. I was very excited for that one when it was previewed. I saw Big in the theaters as well. I remember seeing that in the theaters. Did not see this in the theaters. This I probably caught on cable.
It's just my first R-rated film in a theater.
Really?
Yeah.
What the heck was my first R-rated film in a theater? It might have been Total Recall. I think it was Total Recall. Yes. Go and kiss your mother's behind.
Oh, Big Al got triggered.
Al, you're not going to like it when the greatest Christmas movie is going to be shown on this, which is Cobra with Sly Stallone.
That's not the greatest Christmas movie ever.
Listen to me.
Die Hard. Die Hard is the greatest Christmas movie ever.
Then there's like Come in Peace with Dolph Lundgren. That's another Christmas
Was that
movie.
a Christmas film?
It takes place at Christmas time, yes.
Oh.
Let's not get into this argument. Anyway, my first R-rated movie, Saturday Night Fever. That's a good one, Al. That was Gene Siskel's favorite movie, was Saturday Night Fever. He was literally obsessed with that movie. Did you know that from Siskel and Ebert?
They were kind of torn on this film.
Yeah, I don't remember. Did who liked it and who didn't?
Thank you, Retro Reels. Birdman will be most kind to you this Christmas with your Die Hard present.
I guess you could make the argument that Die Hard is more of a Christmas movie than Cobra, because at least there's a guy dressed as Santa Claus in one scene. He's dead. Had some bullets in him, but I'll try to forget for a second.
See, if I were these guys, I would not be keeping my sunglasses on. I'd want to make sure that I could see what's going on around me.
Yeah.
Yeah. A racing tip sheet. Oh. No! They've both lost partners, haven't they?
Start firing, dude.
And I get them confused. Is this Jim Belushi or James Belushi?
Jim Belushi, right?
Jim Belushi.
Well, you got me thinking. Let's look
James
up where.
Belushi was in 1941, right?
Yes.
Okay. And he died from drugs, right?
Yes. Jim Belushi was on some sitcoms, right? It's James Belushi. Okay, sorry. Apologies. It's James Belushi in this movie, not Jim Belushi. Actually, wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Dang, he's got a big skull.
Yes.
RoboCop is Matthew Flynn's first rated R movie. That's definitely an R-rated movie.
No, Jim Belushi and James Belushi are the same actor. John Belushi is the one from 1940. Yes.
Okay.
John Belushi is Jim Belushi's brother. John
Yes,
Belushi is also
yes.
deceased now.
Yes. Okay. Yes, he is. Because
And actually, the
unfortunately,
first thing I ever saw Jim Belushi in was a independent film, like a short film, on one of our public access channels. So I guess he was just starting
really?
out, and so he did this thing. I don't remember what it was called. It only lasted it was like a half hour short, and I didn't realize it was him until years later when I saw him in something else. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the guy that I saw in this other thing.
So of course these are the diplomats from the embassy, probably, right? And it's
Because it's his fault that he was ambushed, right?
Of course. That's the way upper management works.
Right?
I bet he's gonna take that first plane to Moscow, isn't he?
Well, criminal dude wants to get that key back. So he's not going to leave until he has that key.
Oh. Diplomatic immunity. You like that?
I do appreciate that they didn't dress him up like a supermodel in this film. He looks pretty boxy in his clothes.
Yes. You look like Gumby. So is he going to try to figure out where what that key goes to?
Yeah.
Well, it's easy. It's a bus locker.
Mm-hmm.
Just go to the Greyhound bus station and use the key. It's like, how come I can figure this out in 5 minutes and they can? They're cops.
I don't know. How come I get all the shit jobs? Because it fits you. Do I look like a cab? Yes. The Russians do know how to play chess, don't they? That's their.
Stop doing stereotypes, Boomer.
Whatever. I watched that Queen's Gambit, and the big thing was when she went to go play in Russia. That was a big thing.
I heard the soundtrack on LP from Mondo a couple weeks ago.
Oh, for Queen's Gambit?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Did it have the
like 9 months from now? So
did it, oh, okay.
Well, that's quite the crime to be for.
It's just establishing what a not nice person this guy is.
Yeah, not too nice.
Murder, kidnapping, all sorts of horrible things, huh? Peter Boyle is going to get stressed, isn't he? Does not like to do laundry in public.
Well, some phrases don't quite translate very well.
No, air out your dirty laundry. That's.
Well, he still got his point across. I mean, they knew what he meant.
Yes. Is this a plausible plot for back then? Did this sort of thing happen? Like with.
I mean, it's kind of like. I mean, Black Rain. I mean, Michael Douglas went to Japan and then stuck around to get Sato. And
should watch that movie.
Have you not seen Black Rain, Boomer?
I have not. I should though. I was a big fan of Tokyo Vice on HBO. So
all respect for you as a human being now, but that's okay.
I can watch it now. I haven't seen every movie, dude.
Well,
I've seen a lot, but not every movie.
Making excuses, but
and it's a good thing. There's still plenty of movies for me to watch, considering what's been coming out these days. I'm kidding. Northman notwithstanding.
You say that like kind of joking, but kind of not. And I was looking through like the top 100 films from 1988. I wrote down the top 10, and I knew probably 75% of these films. I still remember them to this day.
Yeah, from
1988. And like I couldn't. If you gave me a list of 100 films that came out last year, I'd be like, okay. You say so. I just don't remember them.
I still have to watch Pig with Nicolas Cage. I still have to see that. That came out last year, I think. Who's this actor? He shows up in everything.
Ow.
Played Leon Kowalski.
He's your stereotypical slimeball guy. He's got to be in all these movies.
Yeah, I he was in Blade Runner. I remember him in Blade Runner. That was.
Is this Leon?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's Leon Kowalski. From
Oh yeah.
he has one of those faces that's just that's a harsh face. You see that? It's like, hey, you had some heroin in your pocket here. Oh!
Like that. He's not from around here, so the rules don't apply to him.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, he can do what he wants. I mean, it's like, yeah, I couldn't stop him. He has diplomatic immunity. If he wants to break that guy's fingers, I can't, interfere. It's like, Soviet method is more economical. What do you think of that?
Retro says the oldies are the best. The new films will become oldies in the future. That's a good way to look at it.
Sometimes that happens. You're right. Like maybe give it enough time, the cult classics we have now may come to the forefront. We got a new Mission Impossible coming this summer. I got something to look forward to. Come on.
Mission Impossible comes out next summer.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry,
I knew they wouldn't give us 2 Tom Cruise movies in one
and
summer.
that's part one. Part two will come maybe the following summer.
Why are they showing the trailer then?
You should get a trailer a year out. You should get a trailer a year out.
No, it's stupid. I don't like getting trailers a year out.
Teaser trailer?
I always do that. They did that. Remember when they did that with the Hulk?
Which one?
The Eric Bana one. They did the trailer a year out. They put it with Spider-Man.
Horrible movie.
I don't hate it. I know a lot of people don't like it though. It had creepy Nick Nolte in it.
And who was he playing in that film exactly?
His dad, Bruce Banner's dad, David
what
Banner.
character was he playing?
I don't know. He's like some evil scientist guy, and he turns into that weird thing at the end. Anyway.
I'll be right back.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
I saw a thing like behind the scenes making thing on the YouTube for this movie, and they said they went to some very, very naughty prison in Illinois to film this.
Like a nasty prison?
Yeah, I think it was in like Joliet, Illinois, or something like that.
Okay. What is your political crime? I robbed a bank. That's funny. You're trying to make me compromise my principles. Okay, so this is the honor among thieves sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, this is where I started.
Oh, I'm 30.
Just like I did in the first thing.
Oh, here we go. I don't hear anything about Brothers in Your Country, but your country exploits its own people just the same.
What? Big Al's already seen Top Gun Maverick? How?
Uh-oh.
He knows a couple of seaworthy people and
Oh, my
managed to get him that way.
That's... May want to halt the review until it's actually out in theaters.
Although they did have a Tuesday night screening.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yeah. By the time I found out, it was already sold out.
What?
Yeah.
Who's doing the score for it?
Hans Zimmer and someone else. I forget who.
Does Hans Zimmer do everything these days?
He puts his name on most everything, it seems.
Goodness.
Soundtrack's already out. It's short. I think it's only got like 10 tracks on it and 3 or 4 songs. Yeah, it's not a very long soundtrack. Oh, Big Al's flying colors we see. Arr, matey. I'm watching the movie. That's Big Al.
So... Is there going to be a scene in this movie where Arnold's like his wingman and Belushi is trying to pick up a woman at a bar or something? Is that going to happen? It's like... Oh, here we go. Parakeet.
Jazzercise, Boomer. Remember Jazzercise?
Jazzercise was a big deal. That's Gina Gershon.
Who was in Showgirls, one of the finest films ever made.
Yes, she was. I guess this is where she was practicing for that movie. Anyway. Nice cigarette after a nice exercise session, right? It's like... Oh. Do you know what I remember from the 80s? Remember Roy Rogers chain restaurants?
Vaguely.
Do they still exist?
I don't know. Matthew Flynn says he likes the 2003 Hulk. I'm like, well, it did have Jennifer Connelly in it. You are correct, sir.
No, I liked it too, but like I said, a lot of people hate it, so I'm not going to argue. I think maybe they didn't. I guess maybe it wasn't as comic accurate as they were expecting it to be. In fact, was the villain even from the comics? That probably wasn't even a thing, right? So.
Well, they didn't see that coming.
No.
Big Al says Roy Rogers is still around.
I used to get the burger, and then you could go to the toppings bar and put whatever toppings you wanted on it. I remember that. That was the thing. Or I would get the chicken nuggets, and I would use the barbecue sauce. Because honey mustard was not really a thing yet in the 80s. Did you know that? At least not where I was.
Was that New Jersey?
That was New Jersey, yes.
Wasteland of a state.
Yeah. Excuse me, what? You ever been?
Wasteland of a state. You didn't have honey mustard in the 1980s.
Well, I don't know if it was there or not. I'm just saying. I don't know if that was a... Did you have honey mustard in the 80s?
I did.
Okay, because I'd never heard of it till like the 90s. All right.
I ate it.
It was this mysterious new condiment.
Like Shoney's.
Shoney's?
Back in the 80s, that was fine dining for the family on a Sunday afternoon.
You could go to the breakfast buffet there, right?
Ooh, that too.
Yeah. I go to breakfast, I get some eggs, and they had all the little sausage patties and get as many of them as you wanted. Yeah, I remember showing you.
Pour syrup over them.
Over the sausage patties.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
would I do that? That goes over pancakes.
You put it over sausage too, Boomer.
Oh my goodness.
The sausage absorbs the syrup.
You're supposed to get the maple flavored sausage, not put the maple syrup on the sausage.
Get both.
Okay. I do not like syrup on my sausage. I want my breakfast sausage by itself. The syrup goes on pancakes and waffles. It does not go on your sausage.
I don't mind if it touches it, but I'm not going to drench it in there. You know, it's like,
I don't like sweet and savory mixed together. So like sweet and
Gotcha.
sour and stuff. Nope. Just like sweet and savory. Nope.
oh, move or give me $50.
This guy's
Oh.
been hurting.
Oh! He just knocked him out.
What? He doesn't see the guy passed out on the side of the curb there?
I thought this was Chicago. I thought that was a common thing.
Well, if he thought it was a bum, he probably would have just stepped over him, but he didn't even glance at him.
Did he get him coffee? Or what about the sack of shit laying sideway? He lives here.
Netter, did you ever wear leg warmers back in the day?
No.
So we're getting up to your scene yet, or is it a little ways in? Oh no! I'm sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
it's like they're going to be in a my scene is in a bar,
Okay,
and I think it's a conversation between Peter Boyle and somebody else.
gotcha.
But I know it's in a bar, and I haven't seen them come into a bar yet.
He just got coffee on his pants.
Can you sue McDonald's? 'Cause it's too hot.
Oh, the stories we learn about fast food chains, like the one
Mhm.
guy that ordered the McRib and he thinks it was a rat or something. That was the thing I heard on the news. That was a thing. Like they tried wrestling the sandwich away from him or something. Of course, I don't know, that could have been a scam too. The guy was trying to pull. I don't know. Do you ever go to McDonald's, Birdman?
Do I ever go to McDonald's?
Yes.
Maybe once or twice a year.
You can get the McFlurry there.
I'm not a big McFlurry person.
You get the Oreo McFlurry. It's like a Blizzard from Wendy's, you know.
Sounds very fattening.
Well, it may be. That's low fat ice cream. I'm sure it's fine.
It's a trap. It's a trap.
That's probably right. It's a lot of guns.
It is.
Here's my gun. After I said I wouldn't give it to you.
Of course, Arnold still has his gun, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh,
Is,
yeah. Matt Flynn says that the Hulk's dad in the movie is supposed to be the Absorbing Man.
oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you
They
go.
did a horrible job of that.
What, you know, remember they had that father-son thing at the end where they're talking to each other on this big stage? You didn't like that part? I'm just saying that.
I just tried to like block that film from my mind
My
as best I can.
goodness. Of course, the best superhero adaptation of all time is Punisher Warzone.
What about that last Fantastic Four movie?
I didn't see that one. I didn't. To be fair, I didn't see the second Fantastic Four with the other cast either. It was just, I don't know. Uh-oh. What do you think of the villain in this movie?
I think he's a good 80s villain.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you need entertainment, Boomer?
Do I what?
Do you need entertainment? Is that like a necessity for life?
Do I need entertainment?
Yeah.
I I think there's always been entertainment of some form in human history.
It's
It
true.
was just telling stories around the campfire. I mean, there's always been something, right? Do I need entertainment? Is it a necessity? Yes, I think it's a necessity. Yes, for me it is at least. I don't know about other people. I know there are other people that are no fun. Yeah, but I'm a simple man though. Just give me a game where I have a gun and can shoot, horrible things. I'm good to go. Or a movie where the main character is out shooting horrible people. That's fine too. Think it looks like Gumby?
Maybe.
Like, I'll put it this way: entertainment. Even when you look at what the Dark Ages, the quote unquote Dark Ages, medieval times, when apparently it was actually a very a tough time to be living in, right? They still had all sorts of festivals, even then.
True.
They would have all these different celebrations of different saints. It was like having Christmas multiple times a year. So they would they would have celebrations even then. So yeah, I think people always have a need for something. Yeah.
Did you buy anything from La La Land spring sale?
Is it going on now?
Not since yesterday.
Oh. Did you send me a link about that?
I did.
You did, yes. I was probably busy at work. I'm sorry.
I bought, I think 11 or 12 CDs.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Got anything neat?
Yeah. Everything. And I ordered four things from Entrada this month and like 21 things from Versaravan. So yeah, they had like a $5 sale for Versaravan, and I just went like whoop, 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 put everything in the cart. Yeah, I got like 21 things.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. You
got a Barry Manilow CD?
No, Boomer.
Okay, I'm just asking. I don't know. I don't know what you like. I'm just saying,
That's for real. Says the Gumby joke was flat in Great Britain because they don't have Gumby. Do you have Gumby now?
It's funny that they that Retro Rose mentions that though, because apparently when they would with Demolition Man, when they had that overseas, they changed it from Taco Bell to Pizza Hut. They had different scenes, and it was Pizza Hut because apparently Taco Bell didn't exist in Europe, so they had to change the restaurant that was the winner of the franchise wars for that movie.
But Retro Reels, I didn't buy everything from La La Land, Arbor Band. I just bought a good bit.
I actually still own my original Gumby and Pokey from when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Were they like the rubber figures, that sort of thing? I don't remember if I had those or not. Maybe a cousin of mine had those. I used to watch the animated show, the claymation show back in the day. And then there were the blockheads, right? They were the bad guys on that show, I believe.
That's a man, baby, right?
That's a what?
That nurse is a man, baby. It's a man.
I don't know. You think it's gonna be like Austin Powers?
Yeah.
Austin Powers was that wonderful scene when it's Patricia Tallman obviously playing that woman, and then he says, "Why did you hit that woman? It's not a woman, it's a man, and it's a completely different actor." And that they were making fun of a scene from a Bond movie where that happens. Where they is it the guy from the car?
It's like classic James Horner action music right here.
Uh-huh.
I told you it was a man. See?
Oh.
That's going to leave a mark.
Well,
yeah, she needs to be arrested for obstruction.
Yeah.
Plus aiding and abetting.
it's a long way down.
You seriously needed to check the pulse? Come on.
You never know. And now the rains came. I hear the rain outside my place. Okay. What do you think of that? He let her go.
He's a human being, you know. Sorry, Matthew Flynn, I brought up the Fantastic Four movie.
Hey, a lot of people are happy about not thinking about X-Men Origins Wolverine, but that movie happened. The only time we ever saw Gambit in an X-Men movie, and it was that one.
I thought, what's his name? What's that
Who?
guy's name?
Keanu Reeves.
No, he played Duke in that not very good GI Joe movie, and did he play like Magic Mike or something like that?
Oh, what's his name? Channing Tatum.
Yeah, I thought he was playing Gambit.
In what? X-Men Origins Wolverine or some other movie?
No, he's gonna have his own Gambit movie.
Well, I don't know that a Gambit movie ever came out. I don't think that
No,
happened.
I don't think it did, but I thought it was.
It might have been in the works, and then they pulled the plug because they were purchased by a much larger company. And well, let's not stir that up here. So Peter Boyle, you like Peter Boyle, Birdman?
I don't really have any feelings one way or the other.
I like him. He's a good actor. He's funny. He was on. Like I've said before, I'm a big fan of a Taxi Driver, and his scenes in that movie were wonderful because I guess everybody, all the other taxis seem as wise, and then you listen to what he's saying, you realize he's giving bad advice and he doesn't know what he's talking about in that movie.
Okay, well, the Gambit film got canceled.
Okay, so he was going to be in it as.
Oh wow! It was scheduled for release October of 2016. So wow, where does time go?
Yeah,
It was
I don't
finally
know.
canceled in 2019.
Pity. They should have done that. They could have had a Gambit origin movie, right?
That was what they were going to do. Yeah.
We have many men like Commander Donnelly in Soviet Union. I understand him. He's like KGB.
Boomer, do you keep a 44 Magnum in your glove box?
I plead the fifth there.
Okay. I mean, you got to do something for all those alligators roaming around, right?
I keep a flashlight in my car. Is that the same thing? A torch?
Torch. Okay.
Use it. I could keep a flamethrower in my car. Maybe that'd be an idea, huh? Do you have a flamethrower, Birdman?
I do not. No.
Oh, you do not. Okay. Well,
I'm not opposed to it. I just don't have one.
it was my favorite weapon in the Alien 3 video game I had for the Super Nintendo. You get a
Flamethrower?
flamethrower. You get a flamethrower in it. And it looked like real flames coming out of it, too. I got my coffee the perfect color.
Well, I understand that. It's like, you just get it the way you want it, and then they want to top it off, which
They
messes
always
up
do
the flavor
that, and
of
then you got to
things.
start all over again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a big coffee drinker. It's like I have it once in a blue moon, but it's like, don't mess with, somebody's drink.
Nothing like a nice American diner, right? Right? No?
I guess so.
Get yourself a BLT, a cup of coffee, come on.
First he complains, now he wants more coffee.
Of course.
I saw Dr. Zhivago. That's funny. Is that the what is that in Chicago? Is that the train?
Yeah, that's we refer to it as the L.
The L, huh?
That's the elevated train.
Okay. It's impressive, right?
Well, if we got a couple of them, there's the brown line, the blue line, green line, orange line, purple line.
Cool.
And that'll take you to different parts. Some take you to suburbs. The blue line takes you to O'Hare Airport. Some just kind of go around downtown.
Are they safe to be on?
Relatively so. I've only had one issue with one. This was many years ago. Apparently, I was sitting at the very last train car on the blue line, or sorry, on the brown line, because that got me home. And for whatever reason, the train driver was like flooring it. So everyone in the last cars were like flying, like bouncing in their seats and trying to hold on for dear life because she's going too fast. When we got to the end of the line, because normally I get off the stop before that, I went to the end of the line because the guy sitting across from me was thrown to the floor because of all this. So we went and reported the train driver. And while we were reporting her, the supervisor got a call from somebody else saying, yeah, it was like riding a freaking rolling coaster. And he had gotten a couple of those calls. So the person, the driver ended up getting retrained, supposedly. It's like, they need to be like fired. It's like, you don't play with somebody's life like that.
Oh man, that's that's kind of scary, huh?
Yeah. And then
Is he related to someone at the company?
no, it was a woman. In fact, it was we went up to the front car as she was getting out of the first car. I went to get her name, and she goes, "Oh, you're reporting me?" I'm like, "Yes," and she goes, "Okay, good." And she walked away. I was like, "What?" You know. And then there was a blue line fire some years ago, probably about 10 years ago or so, when I was coming home from downtown. I'm on the blue line. It derailed because something was off with the rails, and the train caught fire. So it was like all the smoke, and we ended up having to walk along the side of the inside of the subway tunnel to find an exit to get out. And a lot of people had smoke inhalation and all that.
Wow.
That was fun.
Yeah, that does not sound pleasant.
Shortly after that, this is what I found just amazing. It was maybe about 4 or 5 months after that, a train driver kind of fell asleep again on the blue line and rode her train up the escalator at O'Hare Airport because that was the end of the line. And she didn't stop, and she went right up the escalator. And so all the pictures showed the first and second car kind of like up the escalator, and the rest of it kind of halfway on its side. She wasn't injured at all, and there was apparently nobody on the train at the time. But it was like, what the heck, man? You know? It was like 2:00 in the morning, and she's like, "I've been working long days. I fell asleep." I don't know what happened with her, but yeah, it's like apparently she wasn't
promoted.
injured.
Yeah, he got promoted. Yeah,
yeah, could be. It was Chicago after all.
Listen, I was under some stress. I had a couple shots of vodka. You know, come on. This is just, I don't know what to say to that. It's like I fell asleep. It's like, no. That was like when I was younger with some friends, and we had gone to Busch Gardens. It's a theme park in Tampa, and we were driving on the way back, and I guess the two guys up front, the driver and the guy on the side, they'd both fallen asleep, and we were driving, and then I noticed, and I was like, "Wake up!" And it's like, I think it was that moment we decided to pull over to get something to eat to wake them up. Okay, it's like, as they hadn't gotten a lot of sleep the night before. It's ridiculous. Oh, 'cause, 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 ' I think this is the end for our Soviet hero here, right?
No, we got like 20 more minutes left in the movie.
I don't know. Well, if we got 20 more minutes, I think Netter should start talking about her involvement if she's up to
Yeah,
to
I
it.
haven't seen the scene yet, so it's like,
Okay. Well,
I mean, it wasn't a really long scene. It's like I could have blinked and missed it.
so they put out a call for extras, and what did you do? Just you answered
Okay.
the
Yeah, so they had, there was this one catalog or not catalog, but like a magazine that I used to subscribe to. It was called Auditions Limited, and they had a thing in there for extras to do, for Red Heat. You had to show up at Sox Park in Chicago, and basically act in a scene, and you got paid $50 for this. So we all get there early. We had assigned seats for the group that was going to be in the film, and so we got to watch the ball game. We got to see the Sox win from losing because they were, like 5 points behind. They ended up winning at like 14 points to like 6 or something. And so we got to see them win. We saw the fireworks display at the end. And then, after everybody that wasn't supposed to be in the movie left, we filmed our scene. And so Peter Boyle was literally the seat behind me or the row behind me and like 4 or 5 seats over. So I could have reached over and touched him if I really wanted to.
Yeah.
And when I saw the movie, I'm sitting there waiting for my scene and waiting for my scene. And then there's a bar scene that I could have blinked and missed it because it wasn't very long, where you see some TV screens in the back and it's got the ball game playing and I'm the third dot from the left.
So you're on the TV in the bar,
Yeah, because the whole scene was cut. It was just
and they use the footage just to put on the TVs.
that's
Gotcha.
what it looks like. Yeah, it's like this whole scene was cut, but when I saw the ball game on the scene in the bar, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm that third dot from the left there.
Well, I'll look for it. Third from the left. I'll look for you.
Yeah, I'm one of the white blobs.
Gotcha.
The slightly darker blob is Lawrence Fishburne.
Cool.
And you were also in like Poltergeist, was it the first Poltergeist?
I was in Poltergeist 3.
In Poltergeist 3, I saw her in that. Yes.
Yeah, there's a scene where the children are running down to get their ride for school, and right after at the end comes back into John Hancock building. She's going up an escalator, then turns into an art gallery, and I'm right behind her.
Yeah, I saw you. You were on the. Yeah, you were very neatly dressed. I remember that.
I had really short, dark brown hair too.
I saw.
Any other movies you've been in?
Those were the only 2 that I was an extra in, but I was also a Motorsports Unlimited girl on public television.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's like we were. It was the shtick was that we would wear these cute little unitards that were like like short ones. They kind of look like those wrestling tights that the guys wear, with their shorts with the little straps, with a little t-shirt underneath, and we had feathers in our hair. And that was the shtick to make guys who had flipped through channels stop because they're like, oh, look at these pretty girls. And then they'd hear us start talking about TIG welding and heliarc welding and motorsports and all this. So they'd actually stay on the channel to listen to what we had to say about it all. But it was public access television, so it's not like, it was anything big.
Well, public access is still interesting, though. I mean, that's what they had before YouTube, basically, right?
Yeah, it's like we didn't get actually paid for it. Our pay was the exposure, quote unquote. So that, a lot of the girls that were doing it were aspiring models and that sort of thing. So they figured, someone would see us and go, oh, I want to hire that girl because she's, she's pretty. So she could be a model for, whatever it is that they're doing.
Someone flew out a window there.
Yeah.
The one thing they don't tell you about being an extra is just like for these actors, they have to redo a scene over and over and over. If you're an extra, you got to do that same scene over and over and over.
Oh.
And what was kind of funny is when we were doing the ball game scene, they're like, the only direction we got is react as if you are watching the game and something's going on the field, but you have to be quiet. So I'm looking at the people around me and I talked to the guy next to me. I'm like, should we be cheering or booing or what? He goes, I'm going to cheer. I'm like, okay. So we're both silently going, yay! And then they're like, okay, change up, do something different. So, the guy next to me just goes, "You want to boo?" I'm like, "Sure, let's boo." So we're all going, "Boo."
That's funny. That's what you do at a ball game, though, right? And you do
Yeah,
the
it's like,
wave. Okay.
no, I mean, and it's what's funny is I'm a Chicago girl, but I'm not a Sox fan. I'm a Cubs fan. So that was like, aside from when back in the day when I was 16, 17 years old and I was an Andy Frayne usherette or crowd engineers, we used to call ourselves,
Right.
I had never been to a Sox game. Aside from, like I said, when I was a teenager and I was working the games, this was the only one that I ever went to where I actually sat there and watched the game, like as a patron.
Huh.
But it was fun because, like I said, the Sox came from losing. They won the game. Got to see fireworks. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm sure that's why a lot of people go to those events. I mean, I've been to some hockey games, but that's about it. I went to a WWF live event once too. That was fun.
I actually got to be a sign girl for one of those wrestling fights.
Oh, really?
It was oh shoot, what was the guy's name now? It was
Uh,
like they were I want to say they were like twins, male twins, big guys. Um, shoot, can't think of their name. Like,
they look like Road Warrior types or something, or
yeah, I want to say one of them was like Randy something. It wasn't Randy Savage. It was somebody else. But
hmm.
I can't think of what their name were. But I had to go and I had to hold up. That we were actually presenting a check for charity, and I got to go up and hold up the fake check and walk around the ring with it to show how what the
That's
amount
funny.
was, and yeah, it was actually kind of fun.
And I guess that was part of a bit they were doing, right? About them getting the
Yeah,
fake,
it
the
was
fake check.
because it was these twin wrestlers, and for the life of me now, I cannot remember. At least I think they're twins. At least no, I know they were a male team. They were both about the same build and
Tag
height and
team.
everything. I thought they were brothers. Um,
Let's see. I
is it,
don't
I yeah, it's like if I heard the name, I would know it, but off the top of my head, I don't know because I'm not a sports fan at all. Certainly not wrestling or whatever.
see here. Not the Bushwhackers, right?
No, I want to say there was an R in the name, but
Okay.
I could be thinking of something else. Let's see. Brother wrestlers. And they were Hispanic, or they looked Hispanic.
I don't know.
I said I thought they were brothers, but it could just be, they were just partners.
Let me see. Give me a second. Wait, is this the bar scene? No. Okay. No, that's the mind.
No, that's
I looked up
O'Hare
for a second.
Airport.
Yeah. Okay. Heart Foundation, not them. Dudley Boys, not them.
And if this was years and years ago, if I heard the name, I'd remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find Legion of Doom.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know then. Well, maybe it'll come to you
No.
later on.
Yeah, when I'm not thinking, it'll be like, oh, it's these guys.
There's a lot of violence in this movie.
It's a pretty
Good,
violent
man.
movie. It's
This
definitely an
guy's
80s
getting
movie.
shot every 2 minutes. This Victor guy is bad. They're gonna.
Yeah.
There's no romance in this movie, huh? There's
None.
no like Jim Belushi getting back together with his ex-wife or anything like that. Nothing like that. It's just. All right.
Did you see that I finally got the Black Cauldron on CD?
Oh no, I didn't. I'll look for that video. Was this recently?
Yeah.
You got the one I have where it looks like the cauldron on the inside. That's Elmer
Lucy in
Bernstein.
the Sky with Diamonds. You know. But, yeah.
Let's see here.
But, yeah. Well, it's a goofy song. When you listen to the lyrics, it's like.
This is the smallest I have. You got change for $100 bill.
No.
Oh, I see. This was like some kind of signal that we're gonna find the. You see, get this now. He gave him the other half of the $100 bill.
Yeah,
This
I
was
saw that.
like how you'd know the. Okay, so that wasn't even like you get half. That was a okay. If you tape that together, would it still be good?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sixth season of
Yeah.
Lucy, or
Let's
Flash.
see
I think
here.
we need 60% of the bill for it to be good.
But,
You need 60%.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay, well, I had it like right over here. Like,
Yeah.
here we go. Got this one?
That's the one I got. Yep.
Yeah, and it's all like psychedelic, like. Check that out.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, that's supposed to be that's supposed to be the inside of the cauldron when they're doing the magic. Yeah, I have that, and I have the heavy metal score as well by Elmer Bernstein. That was also a nice release. Do you have the Tron score, Birdman?
Funny,
Careful.
one episode.
You're wounding me.
It's just it's not.
What the hell?
I mean, I'm talking about the original, not necessarily Legacy, but.
One soul that's
So
bastard. They have to
look at this. Everything's getting shot up.
in order to. I don't remember if they had to get his help or something. I don't remember.
Let's see here.
And
Do you ever take these buses, Netter?
you know how
Oh, all the time.
all of these different.
Oh, I'm
doors
sorry. I thought that was the
go
blue,
to
one of those
the
CTA
side.
ones. Nope, that's the like the Greyhound one. So no.
They
Okay.
go into the door, they get to the other side, and they turn into cartoon characters.
And that one's going to St. Louis anyway.
And Chloe's looking around, and it's kind of in the style of like a cartoon or whatever.
Look at this, though.
Looking around, she's going,
The wrestlers that I did
"All
the
like
thing
this."
for,
No.
they look like the Wild Samoanians. Samoans.
The one, oh yeah, I remember them. The
Yeah,
Samoans. Yeah.
they look like those guys,
What?
like that size and everything. They,
Chloe goes back to
that
Lucifer,
big, but
cancer died.
I'm
She
not
goes,
certain
"I
that
just
was
wanted to see what it looked
them.
like as a
I keep wanting to say
cartoon."
there was an R in their
I'm a
name.
Ken doll.
You know,
I
like
don't
the
got
Raging
nothing.
something, or or
The
the
Raging
Rebel or something, or
Yeah,
Rebel something, or
And then
I don't know.
they
See, I got into wrestling later. I was not so much into it in the 80s, but like when the 90s and high school came around, I started watching it. That was when WWE was kind of in the bad state because WCW came and took all their big wrestlers again. But then a little while later, they ended up in the Attitude Era with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and
No,
suddenly
it's not
everything
Lance
came back
Armstrong,
out on
it's
top
Lance.
again. But
And he gets
Matthew Flynn wants to know what Troy's doing in the background. I think he's playing some games, Matthew.
oh, he's playing games.
so he's
Yeah, because we've been talking. I haven't muted myself.
that's all right. He
It's his game night, so he's doing his game while I'm on here.
he's oh, look at that, yes, watch it, hit the, oh man,
got her hand in her pants and she's looking down.
that's what you want to do, right? You want to destroy
Yeah, let's just go right through a glass door.
Is this going to help with Peter Boyle's stress?
No.
I think that all started with the Dirty Harry movies when like Oh yeah, you took out the robbers and you destroyed that window. The department's getting billed for it. And ever since then, it's every one of these cop movies. It's like,
Yeah, she's actually doing a live stream.
I say destroy as much property as you need to catch the bad guys. Am I right?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Years ago as an
It's about law and order.
rewatch of it online, so.
Of course, I guess the taxpayer ends up paying for it at some point, right? I'm just. I remember an episode of Lois and Clark, the New Adventure of Superman, where all the people in town were wanting to sue Superman because, like, he might damage someone's car or something while trying to stop a
I
bad
found
guy.
them.
Oh,
They're
you did?
actually not Hispanic, and
What are they?
there's 3 of them. The Fabulous Freebirds.
Oh, I know them. Okay.
It's like, I don't know why I was thinking they were Hispanic.
I don't know. It's been a while. Look at that. Ooh. Is that how you play a game of chicken, Birdman?
I wouldn't play chicken. I don't need to prove anything like that.
Is Victor done now? Is this going to finally?
No, he's
take
got to
care
get
of him?
shot and then electrocuted and blown up and incinerated, thrown off a building.
You could get away with a lot for just around 30 million. Well, how much was this movie? 28 million or something?
29.
You could,
8
you
of
could,
which went to
you
Army.
could throw a bus in front of a train for that money. That was money well spent back then. All right.
Honestly,
I think you need to get off the tracks.
It's kind of like a Wild West shootout right here.
Basically, yeah. Except it's not at sundown. It's in the middle. It's in the middle of the night. But you know.
Yeah, but you got trains and you got revolvers and
Yeah.
Well-
You got and Russians.
the Russian guy's got an autoloader. So. Pretty sure he fired more than 6 shots there, but
Oh, look at all the blood popping out of them.
Did we ever figure out what the key was for?
yeah, we had.
I think they were meeting at a safety deposit station. I think it was to get the drugs or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's see. Did you get them? Is Jim Belushi gonna have to take credit for shooting him? Because it's his gun.
Well, if that's his backup weapon and no one knows about it. Nope.
Okay. Victor's done.
Yeah, I never saw my scene, so it must have been one of those things blink and you miss it.
I guess so. I was trying to look for a sports
Oh, wait,
bar.
there's the ball game.
Wait.
There's the ball game.
Yeah, let me take a look. Hold on.
I
wonder if I'm a little behind you. Yeah, let's take a look.
I just saw him watching a ball game.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember this scene being in a bar, so I'm misremembering it.
Okay. Let's take a look.
Come on, show the TV again. I'm the 3rd dot from the left.
The 3rd
my time
pixelated
change.
dot. Yes, let's see.
Well, they just showed a play on the field, so there's a play on the field. And I wasn't behind home plate, so
Oh, so they already knew about it.
Let's look. Let's look.
You weren't going to shoot me, were you? No.
I know, right?
Maybe.
Someone throws a cigarette or something like that. You take care. I love you.
Is it custom in Soviet to exchange article of souvenir as friendship?
Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.
Oh no, you want my watch? It's a 1000 marvel of Western technology.
Boomer, I bet you don't even wear a watch, do you?
I stopped a while back. Do you wear a watch?
Yeah, every day.
I have a Swatch.
Wow.
A $20 East German watch. Someone made out better, didn't they?
I like that. It's like, this is a $20 watch. And he keeps looking at it. It's like, I want my watch back.
It's okay to like each other. Now, you think we could have gotten a sequel
Okay.
where...
There is a bar there, so I wasn't totally wrong.
No, and you were on one of the TVs, I'm sure.
I think if this had done like, around 150, they would have tried to done a sequel.
It could have been Jim Belushi going over to Russia instead, and him being the fish out of water, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately, my name is not in the credits. It's third dot from the left.
Boo! I'm trying to think. Did they actually shoot this over there? This scene?
They shot a quick scene in Red Square. Most of the Russian stuff was shot in Hungary.
Gotcha. Was it tricky to shoot this in Red Square? Did they have to do it a guerrilla style?
They kind of snuck it in. They were denied filming permits.
And in Chicago, they were overcharged just to use the spaces because it's like they will nickel and dime you to death here to shoot films here.
I would think they would want people to come to Chicago and film.
They do. It's just this is a city of corruption. So, what can I say?
Oh, it's very gray there, isn't it? In Moscow, huh?
It looks like it's raining.
Okay.
Or maybe just rain because the sky is all gray.
Everyone's walking around. That was the big selling point. You get to see Red Square in an American movie. What?
I think the Russia House might have been the first American film to actually shoot in Russia.
Oh. I would not have thought that the Russia House was about Russia. I thought it was just a clever title. Like, how
You've
like
never seen the Russia House?
What?
You've never seen the Russia House?
Never seen the Russia House. You're just shaking your head at me right now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Have you seen Chud?
I don't watch horror movies.
Yeah, well, this is more like a science fiction movie.
Okay.
It stands for Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dweller.
Sounds like a horror movie.
I know what you're talking about.
I know I haven't seen it.
It's Chud. Come on, you see the title Chud in the video store. You're like, what is that? I need to see it.
No, I'll pass on that. Hello, Richard. How are you tonight?
Hey, Juliet Prison. Woohoo.
All right. Sorry, Netter. There is not a selection of missing scenes on the DVD. I was checking for you to see if maybe your missing scene was on here, but no, it is not.
That's okay.
There's some special features. There's East Meets West, Red Heat, and the Kings of Karaoke. Benny Dobbins, a stuntman for all seasons. I'm not a Russian, but I play one on TV. Making of TV special, TV spots, trailers, and theatrical trailer. There we go.
Big
Not a
Al
ton of
brings
special
up
features.
Humanoids from the Deep, which was a very early James Horner film score.
I remember Humanoids from the Deep. Yeah.
I have the soundtrack. It's like my only soundtrack that's got pictures of naked women in it.
Yeah, Humanoids from the Deep was that's a Roger Corman production. That was it was almost a new take on the Creature from the Black Lagoon type thing, but it was I won't go further into what the plot was about.
I like the film score. It's a good little score from James Horner.
Yep. Oh, Matthew Flynn says, I hear Chud had a sequel. Yeah, it was called Bud the Chud.
Really? They rhymed
I
it?
haven't seen it. Yeah, I haven't seen it. They named the Chud. I don't know, Bud the Chud. Anyway,
Sounds interesting.
you know, you're gonna get to the C's in your library eventually.
I don't have that one in my library.
Oh my goodness! You like Daniel Stern from Home Alone? He was in Chud.
Okay.
Yeah, Chud is not one of the movies that we own.
Oh,
Actually, Troy, have you ever seen Chud?
I've not seen what?
Chud.
Oh, years and years ago.
there we
Creatures,
go.
Human underground dwellers.
Yep,
Yes,
Kenny even knows
yes.
what it stands for.
Yes,
but
yes.
yeah,
That was
hasn't seen it
the
recently.
acronym.
Okay, who had a heart attack and died on the spot during the bus sequence?
Oh, it was a hold on, Benny Dobbins. Was he the stuntman?
Stunt coordinator.
Oh wow.
Dang.
So what'd you think of Red Heat, Birdman?
I think it's a pretty decent Arnold movie. I like it
solid.
much than Commando.
You like it what?
I like it much better than Commando.
You don't like Commando because you think Commando is kind of ridiculous.
It is kind of ridiculous.
You think it's a little ridiculous? Yeah, it's a little. I'm sorry, the scene where he rips out the telephone booth and throws it.
I don't think he throws it. I think he picks it up over his head, didn't he? And then he like.
I think he's trying to shake the guy out of it, or I don't remember.
Yeah.
It's just it's like the dialogue in that movie. Mellow out, man. We have your daughter. You have to cooperate, right? Wrong. So what are we doing? What are we doing next, Birdman? What's next week?
I'm hoping Eric is feeling better, and Retro and Eric and everyone's schedule will align for us to do Predator.
All right, so we'll keep our eye out on that.
But I haven't heard from Eric in a couple of days. I'm assuming he's still alive, but
hopefully maybe he's just under the weather.
He's been sick, so I'm hoping he's better.
All right.
And Retro, if you're up for Predator next week, and if Eric is good for Predator next week, we'll go with that. If not, we'll figure something else out.
Like Predator.
Yeah.
All right, cool beans. Now you have, of course, a big thing coming up on Saturday, right?
Saturday we've got the Houston Symphony Orchestra is doing a John Williams concert, and it's not just the Houston Symphony; it's the Houston something chorus. So that opens up the Duel of the Fates, Hymn to the Fallen, Dry Your Tears, Africa, perhaps Cadillac of the Skies, perhaps something from AI, perhaps something from Hook. Jurassic Park main title with the chorus, not just the orchestra. So I'm excited about that, but I have bought 100 tickets to share with all viewers. I need your email address so I can send you the link. The concert is 8 p.m. CST Saturday night. I get the link sometime on Friday, and I will shoot it out to you on Friday. So Richard Fullerton, if you would like to watch the show, let me know. Leave me a comment in the comments, and I will get you my email address, and then you can just email me directly from there, because I'm not going to ask people to give me their email address. I got chastised for that last night from someone, but life goes on.
Okay.
All
righty.
And if there's anybody in the chat that doesn't already know me and is subscribed to me, I'm one away from 130 subscribers, so I'd appreciate that one more sub just to get me over that.
Check out Netters Network.
Yeah, she is going to be doing a Blade Runner rewatch at some point in the near future. That'll be
That'll
exciting.
be June 25th,
Yes.
I believe it is.
Yes. So sign up for Netters Network. I might be joining her for that. We'll see if I can.
Oh, that'd be
make
great,
it. Like,
Boomer.
I'm a big Blade Runner fan. So yeah.
Yeah, it's
That-
like I do on my channel. I do a lot of helpful hints, and I do how-tos and that sort of thing. I've got a video out there for people to fold fitted sheets. So I actually show how to do that. So if that's one of your things, you can actually see a video on how to fold fitted sheets. I also got one there on 3D printing. So it's not just girly stuff; it's other stuff too.
Practical advice. Yes. Check it out. Yeah. Did you hear? Vangelis died.
He did.
Oh yeah, Vangelis.
What did you? I don't know. Do you have a favorite of his scores? Do you like Chariots of Fire or?
That's a good one. That is a
Yeah.
really good one.
I don't know. Let's think on that. All right. I don't know.
Boomer,
Okay.
what you got coming up? You got a show Sunday?
Yeah, I will be. I will be back on Sunday. I was originally going to be out of town this weekend, but those plans got canceled. But I will be on for Geeky Geezers on the Aged Boomer channel. So be sure to check me out. Troy, Pop Papacelli off me. I'll be on with Troy on Friday too for his Friday night last call, where we're going to be talking about a certain trial going on between two well-known Hollywood actors.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say their names just in case
Almost
Perfect doesn't
over.
want me mentioning them.
Almost over. So,
All right.
and Retro Reels has been dropping some awesome videos on his channel. Be sure to check him out. And Big Al has been dropping videos. Subscribe to Big Al Presents as well. So
Yeah, he's gonna have, I'm sure, he'll have a review of the new Top Gun movie up soon. So
yeah,
sure
we've got a lot of content creators in the chat tonight.
cool.
Yep,
Cool
and
beans.
on Saturday I'm going to be showing a movie called Blow Dry with I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name.
Blow Dry.
Blow Dry. It is with the guy who plays Snape in the Harry Potter movies. Why am I drawing a blank on his
Alan
name?
Rickman.
Thank you, Alan Rickman. Yes, it's
Cool.
actually a really good movie. It's centered around a blow drying or a hairdressing competition. There's a lot of funny moments in there. There's some romance.
So one of these British movies like the Calendar Girls or the like something like that, like where everyone in the town gets in on it and stuff.
Yeah, it's a real big deal for this town because it's like, a different town is chosen every year for this competition to be at, and so it's an honor to host this. So there's the competitions for the town. Then you've got the people that want to cheat and being found out, and how do you thwart them? And there's some romance going on, and
Cool.
and fences being mended and things like that. It's actually a really nice movie, and you get to see Alan Rickman very, very blonde.
Huh.
If you're
Cool.
only used to seeing him as Snape with the dark black hair, seeing him as a blonde is really funny.
Cool. I'm not used to seeing him as a blonde, so okay, cool.
Yeah, it totally threw me off the first time I saw this. I'm like, he's blonde.
All right.
Well, I guess that concludes tonight's programming. Please let me know if you want to watch the concert Saturday night with the Houston Symphony. Like I said, I have 100 tickets. I can't really go over that. I was told not to. So,
I see.
But I'm nowhere near 100 yet. So come on, people. Let me know who wants to watch. I paid for these tickets. Let's use them up.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Adopt, don't shop. Keep listening to great film music. Stay safe if you've got bad weather coming in tonight. I'm supposed to have some, and so is Boomer. And hopefully it'll just blow by and not bother anybody. And we will see you Saturday night, if not sooner. I'll probably get some mail tomorrow. We'll see. Take care, everybody.
Night.
Good night.